It's Steve Erickson. How you doing?
Who is it?
Steve Erickson.
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much. I found out something in the last 3 days.
What's up?
Connecticut has a secret enemies list.
Really?
Yeah, anybody that's on the list, they pass your driver's license photo, your address, who you associate with. If you've ever been in prison or had visitors, they send the list that visited you too.
How do you find out what that was?
Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah?
So
am I on it?
Don't know, but if you do a Freedom of Information request from the state police and the judiciary and whatever investigative arms they have, to have any paperwork, video, audio, anything with your name on it that you want. Because what they did is they distributed, you know how like they went after you for talking about suing the police.
Yep.
I'm assuming because of what I found out about me that they had surveillance on you, listening to your phone, printing out your emails for when you meet somebody, etc.
Really?
Yes.
So how do you get that?
Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah, well, where do I go do that?
When I get the form to submit it for myself, because somebody leaked it to me, somebody on the inside.
Oh, you hold on for it?
Sure.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. I'm working right now. It sucks.
I hear you. At least you're working.
Yeah, it's horrible, let me tell you.
Well,
I know it's a hard time with everything. We're trying to get food stamps and trying to get on the energy assistance, and they're all giving me, I make $17,000 a year, the family of 6, and they say I don't qualify.
They're bastards. At least you're on the outside because, I'm not putting a feather in my cap, but if, I hadn't gotten involved and others hadn't gotten involved in your case, you would have been in jail, lost everything.
No, I know. I said, even with this Obama case, I'm ready to go public on that whenever you're ready.
Okay, just let me know.
I go, wait till you hear what they did to me in there.
What happened?
It's absolutely sickening. Dude, I had my daughter in the car. She was 15 years old at the time.
Yep.
I was dropping her off at school.
Yep.
She heard the whole car was with the lady. It was a white lady I talked to for like a minute and a half.
Uh-huh.
This black lady called at 9:15 and reported me. I was there at 10 after 7. She called at 9:15. If I was a national threat, why did you wait for so long?
Yeah, you,
Then they pulled me over at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
They made me sit outside for an hour. This lady came up in a van. She was 100 yards away from me. She was a darkened vehicle. I couldn't see who she was. They had me walk towards her car with an officer behind me. He goes back in his microphone. It's just Donald Christmas. Not only does he give her my name, I'm the only person there, and he tells me she tells him who I am. If I was in front of a lineup, she'd never be able to pick me up because she wasn't there. I didn't even find out who this lady was until like 5 days after my arrest, until I saw her on Channel 61 News.
So she just didn't like your Obama sticker.
She didn't like my Obama sticker on my car, and she called. The lady I first thought, the white person, didn't like it. So she must have told her because they worked for the same company. But she said, we'll get even with this fucking guy, and we'll call the police and say he threatened the President of the United States.
And so what was the result of the case?
They threw it out.
They threw it out. So it was just harassment.
Oh, it cost me $25,000.
$25,000.
Between lawyers going back and forth to court, I had to go live in a fucking hotel for 2 weeks with all my kids. I was having bomb threats in my house.
Wow, it's really really out of hand. Do you mind if I spread the story around?
No, absolutely. Tell everybody. My daughter. I told the officer twice that my daughter was in the car. He can talk to my daughter because my daughter was in the back seat reading the book. That to go talk to her and see what I said because she knew I didn't say anything. He never went and talked to her. Never said nothing to her. I was arrested on one paragraph. The lady completely lied. She had no idea who I was. She never even met me. The police department just wanted to slam dunk me because I had political signs. The officer that arrested me,
yep.
2 weeks before the election, came and took my McCain and my Obama signs down out in front of my house and ripped them up. Told me I couldn't have them because I was inciting a riot. The officer that arrested me, Officer Vegan, was the same officer that arrested me for fucking that girl next door. He was also the same guy that...
No, the one that you evicted that was next to you, the prostitute, the 16-year-old...
The prostitute, the one that he slept with, yes.
Of Vegan. Didn't Vegan drive drunk and then leave the scene?
Evading responsibility?
Yeah.
Got a $97 fine, still has his job.
Yeah, so he can drive drunk and leave the scene of a... we couldn't do
that. Accident.
Yeah?
Yeah. No one else can do that. He's supposed to uphold the law.
So they have really quality police in Enfield. And that's the one that had it out for you. Probably from being on the secret enemies list. Anytime that you complain about police or contact the governor about a problem or anything, go to town hall and complain. They put you on a list. They'll try and arrest you. That's why they broke up you and your wife.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot more that goes along with this. I have so much to say about this whole story. They raised my bond 3 times in jail because my wife came down so quick with the bond. They said, "Oh, that's not good enough." They said, "We have to put a higher bond so you can't get out." So they raised the bond. She went home, took more money out of the bank, came back, and said, "Nope, that's no good. We're raising the bond again." I finally was able to bond out, but they put $100,000 on my head. Started out at $5,000, right to $100,000 in 3 hours.
You got to get out of Connecticut, Donny, because
the Secret Service came down and said we're not prosecuting. What they arrested me on was federal charges, not state charges. They had me in a state courtroom on federal charges.
You got to get out of Connecticut, and the reason being is
I can't. I have nowhere to go. I can't sell my house. I'm all tied up into the home. I can't leave anywhere.
I was on a list. Chris Kennedy and I were on a list. So if we showed up in public and we're on a sidewalk, we'd be rushed by police, roughed up, and arrested. Ken, you've heard of Ken Krajewski, right?
Yeah.
Well, he ended up showing up. Chris Kennedy and I were going to show up and take pictures at the at the parade, 2007 January, when Jody Rell was going to be inaugurated.
Yeah.
So I was afraid of going, for just getting arrested for being in public. I was being harassed by the police, followed around. So I was afraid to even go in the state. So come to find out, the security memo they sent around, they had my picture, they had Chris Kennedy's picture. So out of 3.5 million people, because I wrote stuff on the internet about, Rel and, what she was doing wrong as far as the election rigging, I sent something to the FBI. If you send false information to the FBI, they'll come and arrest you. They did not arrest me. So it was true. So what she did is she sent the goons, the Connecticut State Police, and they were out looking for me to arrest me. I could still be in prison from then on. Just free speech isn't free.
No, it isn't. I found that out with the sayings on my car.
So yeah, just having an Obama sticker, anti-Obama sticker, you get arrested.
Right. What a piece of work he is.
He's just a puppet, just like Bush was.
No, he wasn't. No, Bush was. I take Bush back in a heartbeat right now.
Yeah.
I wish I'm back. I like Bush.
Oh.
At least Bush, he tried to do something. He tried to do it. Fucking this guy is just destroying our country every 2 seconds of the day. You see how deal gave unions today, last night?
What?
They paid no taxes on the insurance.
Well, there's a government employees union in Connecticut that that's how the police and the courts rig cases because they have union bosses, and they also send judicial marshals and private investigators out to harass people that reveal the system. They're changing evidence on court hard drives, adding. So if you're an important person, they'll erase your record. They'll just go right in, $15,000 or $5,000 or $3,000. You can be selling crack cocaine, have felonies, and then they can wipe your record. Just you pay somebody in the judicial branch. Somebody like you and I can't do that because we're on the secret enemies list, and our calls are monitored, our emails are monitored. So if you show up anywhere, you can get arrested. So you be really careful what you say and going to and from. Remember when you brought me to the town hall in Stafford?
Yeah.
There was police waiting to block the doors to have me come in. So finally, when there weren't guards there, I got in, and then they tried to prevent me from speaking at a town hall meeting. They're just bastards.
No, I know. But yeah, so they're all fucked up. I'm telling you, this country's fucking backwards.
Do you want to give me a call after you get out of work?
It's better for you to call me. Call me around 5:30 tonight.
All right.
I have a hard time making phone calls out with this thing. I don't know what's wrong with my phone tonight. I need a new one. I just don't have the money to go buy one.
I hear that.
Call me around 5:36. I'll be home.
All right. So if I don't talk to you, I'll talk to you soon. But do follow up on the secret enemies list in Connecticut. I mean, it's what they did to you. You're on it.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure. I like to find out what it is all about. All right?
All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.